Hello and welcome to Workout for Women. Lose weight, feel and look good for women over 49. I am your host, Susana Lopez, and today I want to dedicate this episode to all women that would like to conquer depression. Think for a moment in the word depression. You can break it down in two parts. D as seen as a dip, and pression as seen as big pressure. So if you feel or have you ever felt depressed, it's a combination of deep pressure. Take a deep breath in, inhale, and a deep breath out, exhale. Think for a moment, what do you enjoy or are you passionate about? And then go to the opposite. What do you feel that you are depressed about? Is about the context of your life, your career, your job, your family, your health, your body shape and body conditions. Take a deep breath in, inhale, and deep breath out, exhale. What does mean big pressure, deep pressure, or depression means for you? Most people suffer a content-dependent deep pressure. So would you think that if you find the reason and the cause of the depression, the deep pressure could go away? So first things, we can break it down in categories of like, what is the deep pressure feels like to you? And if you didn't have the deep pressure, would you feel better about everything? Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And now imagine a magic box in front of you. Imagine that in that box you could place everything that it feels deep pressure to you in any content and in any context of your life. So visualize a magic box in front of you and place everything and anything that no longer serve you, that it serve you only as a keeping your deep pressure. So start placing every day or now until you have the time to go and do something else. Everything that makes you feel deep pressure. Place everything in your magic box, knowing that somehow it's magical. And the deep pressure context that you place in today, it will shift, it will discover a new place of resolution for yourself and for everybody around you. So as you listen, mentally or out loud, tell to yourself, I am willing to release everything that no longer serves me. I am willing to release everything that I'm holding as an excuse to feel good. See each part of your deep pressure as a beautiful flower in a garden. Some flowers will be thriving and being beautiful and being growing. And some flowers has the time and they're just finishing in the season. So see for a moment the context of your deep pressure as a flower. Do you want to keep each flower of your deep pressure? Or are you feeling ready to let go of the flowers that no longer are well? Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and think for a moment, in how long have you had your deep pressure? Was there ever a time when you didn't have your deep pressure? Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And think for a moment to yourself, or write down to yourself, if you remember the first time in which you felt the deep pressure. Do you remember what emotions were present? Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And just go back in time and see in your childhood the relationship to your deep pressure. Tell yourself about your childhood in the relationship to your deep pressure. How that was for you. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And tell your child back then in the relationship with your deep pressure something that will make your child, your inner child, feel better just now. So go ahead and talk to your inner child and let them know that you are here for them. And breathe with your inner child in a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And allow any emotions to come to you now, giving yourself permission to arise the emotion and to let it pass. Like a fire, the flame of a fire, going up in oxygen and releasing it to extension. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And now for a moment or two, tell yourself about the first event through in which you felt deep pressure and what is the relationship for you in your life. And see, hear, feel, or know. What is the relationship between all these events and your current situation in life? Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And ask your unconscious mind, the part of you that knows the good in you, if there were a grander purpose for having your deep pressure, your depression, what would that be? Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. And ask your unconscious again, what possible benefits is there for you to having this deep pressure? If there were a benefit, what would it be? Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And ask yourself for a moment, is there something that your unconscious mind wants you to get? Then if you got it, it will cause the deep pressure to disappear. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And ask now the part of you that is the knowing, the responsible knowing part of you. What have you been unwilling to do in order to keep this deep pressure? And you can repeat to yourself until you get an answer, a picture, a feeling. What have you been unwilling to do in order to keep this depression? Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And now ask the loving part of you that finds the solutions for everything. Ask, what are you willing to do in order to change this deep pressure now? Take a deep breath in and ask one more time to yourself, what are you willing to do in order to change this depression now? And take deep breath in and congratulate yourself from getting the best answer to your questions. And take a deep breath in again and deep breath out. And ask yourself, what would you be thinking or knowing differently after we have finished our episode today? In order to know that the problem, the deep pressure, the issue, the depression has disappeared. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And ask yourself, the part of you that is loving and caring and positive part of you. How will you know as you walk into your day, into your week, into your month, into your year of transformation, that you have got what you came for? And take a deep breath in and deep breath out, and congratulate yourself for conquer deep pressure. You own deep pressure. Then you can place in parts as you need it in your magic box, in all the contexts of your life. So you will be able to light up your shoulders and move towards the best possible life. I am looking forward to see you back in our next episode. Bye for now.